Já reparaste que às vezes o teu cão se aproxima de ti e simplesmente coloca a pata na tua perna? Parece um gesto pequeno, mas pode estar a dizer muito mais do que imaginas. Ele pode estar a pedir atenção, conforto ou simplesmente a mostrar que está contigo. E o mais surpreendente é que em certos momentos o teu cão pode perceber o teu estado emocional antes mesmo de tu próprio o reconheceres. Mas afinal, o que significa realmente aquele simples toque da pata? A resposta pode mudar a forma como olhas para o teu cão para sempre.
Wide establishing shot of a cozy South Asian middle-class living room in the evening. Warm golden lamplight, a beige sofa with woven cushions, jute rug on the floor, cream walls with a framed painting, sheer curtains glowing with dusk light, cinematic wide-angle, soft warm color grade. Rohan, a South Asian man in his early 30s with short black hair neatly combed, light stubble, warm brown eyes, wearing a heather gray knit sweater over a white collared shirt and dark denim jeans, sitting on the beige sofa in the living room, relaxed posture, soft evening light on his face, medium shot, cinematic. Bruno, a medium-sized brown and cream mixed breed dog with soft floppy ears, warm amber eyes, a white patch on his chest and medium-length fur, walking calmly across the jute rug toward Rohan on the sofa, gentle, purposeful gait, warm indoor lighting, low camera angle following the dog. Close-up of Bruno, the brown and cream dog, sitting beside Rohan's leg on the sofa, gently lifting one paw and placing it softly on Rohan's knee. Tender, quiet moment, warm golden light, shallow depth of field, cinematic close-up. Rohan looking down at Bruno's paw resting on his knee with a thoughtful, slightly puzzled expression, soft indoor lighting, medium close-up, warm color tones. Point of view shot from Rohan's perspective, looking down at Bruno's paw resting gently on his denim-clad knee, soft focus background of the living room, warm lamp glow, intimate framing. Split visual concept. On one side, Bruno standing near a food bowl in a warm kitchen corner. On the other side, Bruno standing by a front door with leash hanging nearby. Symbolic imagery of food, or attention, or being let outside. Soft daylight, South Asian home interior. Extreme close-up of Bruno's warm amber eyes looking up affectionately, soft warm lighting, shallow focus, emotional cinematic portrait of the dog. Artistic abstract style cinematic shot symbolizing biology and instinct. A silhouette of a wolf pack morphing into Bruno, the domestic dog, warm to cool gradient lighting, conceptual evolutionary visual, dreamlike tone. Medium shot of Rohan sitting on the sofa in his gray knit sweater, hand slowly reaching down toward Bruno's paw on his knee, warm, intimate lighting, emotional connection visible in his expression, cinematic framing. Close-up of Rohan's hand gently covering Bruno's paw, both relaxed, warm golden hour light streaming through the sheer curtains, soft focus background, tender cinematic still. Wide shot of Rohan watching television on the beige sofa in the evening, TV glow lighting his face, Bruno resting beside him with paw on his knee, cozy South Asian living room, soft ambient lighting, cinematic warmth. Bruno's paw resting motionless yet deliberate on Rohan's leg, close-up detail shot emphasizing texture of fur against denim, soft warm lighting, macro cinematic detail. Rohan smiling softly, eyes closed for a moment in quiet contentment, Bruno's paw on his lap, warm lamplight, medium close-up, peaceful emotional tone. Bruno standing near a closed door, barking softly with alert body language, ears perked, tail slightly raised, indoor hallway lighting, dynamic medium shot. Bruno whining softly near Rohan's feet, head tilted, pleading expression, soft indoor lighting, close-up on the dog's face. Bruno jumping up playfully with front paws on the edge of the sofa, energetic motion blur, warm living room lighting, dynamic action shot. Bruno sitting quietly by the front door, staring intently at it with patient body language, soft daylight through a nearby window, medium shot. Close-up of Bruno's expressive eyes staring directly at Rohan, deep, soulful gaze, warm cinematic lighting, emotional close-up portrait of the dog. Bruno gently and quietly placing one paw on Rohan's leg without any barking or jumping, calm, composed body language, soft, warm lighting, medium shot capturing the quiet gesture. Rohan looking down at Bruno with a warm, understanding smile, recognizing the quiet request, soft, golden lamplight, medium close-up, tender expression. Symbolic wide shot showing Bruno the dog calm and gentle beside Rohan versus an implied contrasting image of a dog barking loudly and jumping near a door. Split visual composition, warm domestic lighting. Rohan reaching out to gently pet Bruno's head in response to the quiet paw gesture, both relaxed and content, warm cinematic close-up, soft light. Medium shot of Rohan and Bruno sitting together in comfortable silence, Bruno's paw resting on Rohan's hand, golden evening light, peaceful cinematic composition. Conceptual cinematic visual representing quiet enough to notice, present enough to respond. Rohan sitting still and attentive on the sofa, soft focus on his calm face, Bruno resting peacefully beside him, warm ambient lighting. Abstract scientific style visual of a glowing heart rate line slowing down and a soft, warm light pulse representing oxytocin release, overlaid subtly on a blurred image of Rohan and Bruno touching on the sofa, warm bioluminescent color palette, conceptual cinematic shot. Wide shot of a university research lab setting with soft blue lighting, subtle scientific instruments and monitors in the background, symbolic representation of Swedish physiological research, cinematic realism. Close-up of Bruno's paw resting on Rohan's hand with a subtle warm glow effect symbolizing calming physiological exchange, soft golden light, macro cinematic detail shot. Rohan's face in close-up showing visible relaxation, eyes half closed, gentle smile, shoulders lowered, warm, soft lighting, emotional cinematic portrait. Bruno lying calmly with his head resting near Rohan's lap, breathing slow and steady, soft fur rising and falling gently, warm lamplight, intimate close-up shot. Nighttime wide shot of the living room, lamp casting a warm golden glow, Rohan and Bruno sitting together on the sofa evening after evening, cinematic repetition motif, cozy South Asian home atmosphere. Extreme close-up of Bruno's calm, half-closed amber eyes, peaceful expression, soft, warm lighting, macro cinematic detail conveying deep relaxation. Medium shot of Rohan sitting very still, eyes slightly distant, showing subtle sadness in his posture, shoulders slumped, dim, warm lighting, emotional cinematic composition. Bruno standing up from his resting spot, ears slightly lowered, alert and attentive expression, watching Rohan carefully, warm indoor lighting, medium shot. Close-up of Bruno's nose gently sniffing near Rohan's hand, sensitive, attentive expression, soft, warm lighting, macro cinematic detail. Close-up of Rohan's face showing subtle micro-expressions of worry, slightly furrowed brow, warm, dim lighting, intimate, emotional cinematic portrait. Bruno walking slowly and deliberately toward Rohan, focused, determined expression, warm, lamp-lit living room, tracking camera shot. Bruno gently placing his paw on Rohan's leg while Rohan sits with head slightly bowed, tender, comforting gesture, warm, soft lighting, emotional medium close-up. Rohan looking down at Bruno with surprise and gratitude, eyes slightly misty, warm, golden light, close-up emotional cinematic portrait. Wide shot symbolizing the dog had read them anyway, Bruno sitting protectively close to Rohan on the sofa, both bathed in warm lamplight, quiet emotional stillness, cinematic composition. Conceptual cinematic visual of ancient wild canines in a natural setting, leaning and pressing against each other for connection, warm dusk lighting, symbolic evolutionary imagery. Bruno leaning his body gently against Rohan's leg while sitting on the sofa, warm, affectionate body language, soft golden lighting, medium close-up. Rohan gently stroking Bruno's back while Bruno leans into him, both relaxed and content, warm, intimate lighting, cinematic medium shot. Close-up of Bruno's paw pressed against Rohan's leg, symbolic representation of unspoken words like, I love you, soft, warm lighting, macro detail shot. Wide, symbolic shot of the living room glowing warmly at dusk, Rohan and Bruno together on the sofa, representing quiet daily connection, cinematic wide framing, golden hour tones. Rohan sitting alone briefly before Bruno enters the frame, empty space beside him on the sofa emphasizing anticipation, soft, warm lighting, cinematic composition. Bruno entering the living room and immediately walking toward Rohan with visible warmth in his body language, tail gently wagging, soft indoor lighting, medium tracking shot. Close-up of Rohan's face lighting up slightly as Bruno approaches, subtle smile forming, warm golden lamplight, emotional cinematic portrait. Wide shot of Rohan sitting on the sofa looking visibly tense, arms crossed, stiff posture, dim, cooler lighting suggesting tension in the home, cinematic